I am increasingly liking the Chinese AI super agent Manus. So I was over at a client last week and looking at business case implementations across different departments. And Manus was looking better and better, more and more practical for advanced use cases. But firstly, a bit of a shout out for Google's Gemini. The 2.5 Pro has Canvas, which is pretty good as well. So this is what Copilot Studio was always meant to do. So you can talk to a PowerPoint, you can talk to an Excel, even build a website and talk to that. So that's pretty good. And the PowerPoint, it can put live AI examples into. It's good. I quite like that. But it's still not as good as Manus. So Manus had big hype over the last week or so. There was the Google's VO3, which is a rather amazing kind of Hollywood standard video generator, but it's quite difficult to write the exact prompts. Now, some bright people put Manus on top of that, and it can write all of those prompts. So basically, you could do an entire Hollywood film with Manus being the script writer and VO3 producing the quality. There's the YouTube's already full of get rich quick schemes of how to use that combination. So that's what took the limelight. But there were some other things that Manus did within the last few days, which I thought was very good. They've addressed one of the main weaknesses. So Manus was very powerful, but it was like a one-shot wonder. You had to get a prompt exactly right for a very complex task. So, you could ask it to do an advanced project, data analysis, build a website, but you had to get the prompt all right in one go. So I was having to go to GPT to help me write the prompt to put into Manus. Now, what Manus has done sensibly is done something that I don't have to do the GPT step, because Manus is now giving me unlimited free chat, so I can discuss a project. It can help define what exactly I want in several rounds, which is absolutely necessary. Then, when you decide to deploy it, it'll do the project for you. And of course, the pricing model on Manus, I'm not as thrilled with that as some other things. Whenever I'm doing a project, it's going to cost me a few dollars. But then again, to be fair, if I was comparing that with a human cost of doing something and time, it's very cheap, but it still kind of grates me a little bit, spending a few dollars every time. But I suppose that's the way the world is going to work from now on. Now, I had been using things like Gamma on slide generation, which is still good, and the aforementioned Gemini is good at that as well, but this one is better. So Manus Slides, we gave that a try, and it was pretty impressive, I must say. So you describe a slide deck that you want to build, you give it some materials on that, it'll intelligently design that for you and come up with pretty good formats. And then once it's there, you can talk to it and it'll change the slides. Not perfect yet. When we were trying to get it to correct some slides, it wasn't always understanding, but this is a few days old as a launch. It will get better, obviously. Now, just opening my Manus this morning, I noticed that it's now got scheduled tasks. And this is it stepping closer to this whole area of basically replicating entire jobs. So as a super agent, it can do multiple chains of tasks. And if you can now schedule them, it can pretty much replace jobs. So I noticed that just came out. And the other one that I was noticing was that it can make websites and then edit them. I only noticed that today after spending last week, I think $277 on a web building AI called Divi. And my colleague did ask me, to be fair, Am I absolutely sure I want to spend that $277? And I'm like, well, something else may come along, but let's go for it for now. And then, sure enough, a couple of days later, something else does come along. But that's life in exponential change. It's onwards and upwards. It's all good. But Manus, I must say, is impressing me more and more. Before it was something quite fun. Now I'm seeing some serious real business cases for it. And if it keeps up at that speed, it's going to open up a gap with its competitors. People like Google, they can try hyperscaling, but the Chinese, I don't think they're going to be they're going to be slow either. I think the Chinese will try and keep their advantage, and Manus seems to be leading the charge on that.